Hey guys, how are you all? Today we have a trophy sculpture for you, one of those balloon mosaic sculptures, but it is a super big trophy that you can use for your decoration, for a party or a competition. You could use it for a football, running, or Formula One themed party. There are so many cool themes you could use this trophy for, and you can make it right from your home. So these templates are available on the blog. You just need to go there to acquire them and you can begin assembling it here along with us. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I do is print off the template, which forms our big template so that's the size I want it to be. Then I put it onto a board. So if you have a board that isn't big enough for the template, you just need to glue on another board to the first one using a glue gun. And you could use transparent tape or a type of tape between the two boards to keep them stuck together. So you can use two boards stuck together with no problem at all. After I've put my template onto the board, I cut it out using a utility knife. Now it must be very sharp so that there are no rough edges left on the board. Cutting out the whole template, for me there was one side of the template that was too big for the board, so I had to cut it out separately on another board. After the silhouette of your sculpture has all been cut out, I began to cut out the sides. You can make the sides 14 centimeters high or 15 centimeters high. Just for the trophy handles, I use sides of 7 centimeters high, which is half the height of the rest of the trophy sides. So you cut out your side sections, making strips. And remember, in order for the strips to be curved, you're going to need to make some light cuts every 1 centimeter on the opposite side that you will curve. So for example, if you're going to be curving your strip to the right, you're going to make your cuts on the left. And if you want your strips to curve to the left, you're going to make your cuts on the right. When the structure is more angled and more rounded, you will need to make cuts closer together, every 1 centimeter or every half a centimeter. I would recommend every centimeter. When the angle is less sharp, you can make your cuts every 3 centimeters. It doesn't need to be so close together. Now it's time to assemble, and I glued on this little part for the handle using the technique that I mentioned. Using a glue gun and then sticking on some masking tape on top of where I glued, firming up my sculpture. So now it's time to assemble it all, and now that I've made my edge strips, I'm going to assemble along the sides and I begin gluing them on. For this, I use some tape. It can be large tape to help you as you glue, especially on the more rounded sections. So you could use a glue gun for this and the tape to help you out. And do your gluing all the way around your structure, remembering that the handle has the smaller lower edges, so leave it till last. If you enjoy videos like this with sculptures, leave a comment here below what type of structure you'd like to see me make here on the channel. And whilst you're here, why don't you go ahead and give the video a like. If you enjoyed it, why don't you also share it on social media, because this really helps us out on the channel. And if you like arts and crafts, why don't you subscribe as well so you don't miss any new videos. And let's come back to our assembling here. Now it's time to assemble the sides of the handles, and so it's the same technique that I used on the other sections, but here we use the lower strips because I'm going to use really small balloons in this section. Once you've done this and it's ready, you do the same thing on the other side of the structure, and then we begin to glue on the balloons. I use a glue gun on the low temperature setting to glue on the balloons, gluing on the smaller balloons in the side handles. For the smaller balloons, I used 5-inch balloons blown up to 1 pump or a pump and a half, and for the larger balloons, I used 9-inch balloons blown up to 7 inches. I also used 5 and 4-inch balloons blown up to 4 or 5 inches, and so we continue blowing them up and filling our structure. For the bottom part, I used black balloons, and for the upper part, I used gold balloons. I think using metallic balloons for this section would also look really nice, so there's a tip for you. Once I've done this and they're all ready and glued on, I decided to attach a circle of 10 inches and wrote first place on it. But this is optional. You can do it on the top or on the bottom where you have the black balloons. You can add on your own sign with happy birthday on it or someone's name, and I think that will look really nice. I think it turned out great, really nice and big. I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm going to stick around here. Lots of love to you all and see you for the next party. Bye!